At my own wedding, my sister begged me to lend her my husband. Yes, my brand new husband, a decorated major general. She had drugged herself, clinging to me, trembling, desperate. In my last life, I said yes, and I died for it. Because the next morning, when she realized the man beside her wasn't James, she jumped off a balcony. Everyone blamed me, especially him. The man I helped become a general personally ordered his men to drug me, strip me, and throw me into an enemy camp. I was tortured, broken, burned alive. All of this, he said, watching, is your punishment. So when I opened my eyes again, and saw her kneeling at my feet, I smiled. Take him, I said. They froze. Because hours ago, I was the happiest bride alive. Now I stepped aside and watched her throw herself into his arms. He didn't resist. He carried her into the next room. Door closed. My wedding night became hers. I looked at myself in the mirror, still in that white dress, and laughed. Then I sent one message. Wedding cancelled. When I woke up, 77 missed calls. From my father, Commander-in-Chief. Get home. Now, asterisk asterisk. The mansion was full. Everyone waiting. Judging. A teacup shattered at my feet. You disgraceful child. My father roared. Look what you've done to your sister. Julia collapsed into tears instantly. Father, it's all my fault. I shouldn't exist. Same performance. Same lie. In my last life, she faked that suicide too. Had a parachute ready. Spent years abroad. Then came back to take everything I owned. I looked at her. If you want to die, I said coldly. The window's faster. Slap. I hit the floor. Blood filled my mouth. Kneel, my father shouted. Or you're no longer a thorn. Funny. I stopped being his daughter the day my mother died. She took bullets for him. And a year later, he brought Julia home. His illegitimate daughter. Older than me. Dad, I asked, voice shaking. Would mom be proud of you? For a second, he hesitated. Then Julia screamed, grabbed a sword, pressed it to her throat. I'll die right now. Chaos. And my father? He kicked me aside and ran to her. That was the signal. They all came at me. Slaps, kicks, insults, my dress torn, bruises everywhere, lipstick smeared across my skin like accusations. I laughed through blood. You all have daughters, I rasped. Aren't you afraid of karma? Crack. A heel slammed into my ribs, and I saw it. Julia stepping on my jade bracelet, my mother's last gift, shattered. Something inside me snapped. I lunged forward and slapped her, hard. The next second, a kick sent me flying. I looked up. James, what do you think you're doing to Julia? He snapped. I laughed. Weren't you supposed to be my husband? He didn't answer, just held her tighter, like I never mattered. Fine, then I won't treat you like you do. I pulled out my phone, sent one message, to someone I hadn't contacted in years. Neil, my father roared. I tore off the broken jade, and threw it at him. Then I don't need a father. I don't need you as a sister either. My brother shouted. Even him, the one I raised. Something inside me went cold, completely. They beat me again, until I couldn't feel anything, until I stopped moving. Then, my father's phone rang. Silence fell. Someone checked the screen, and went pale. It's him. He's calling.